Such a pleasure to meet you. My name is Mele Miller. And I have to say that introducing myself does get kind of old. I've spent a lot of time working on choosing just the right words to tell people who I am, what I can do, not just what I do, what I can do, and why it matters. And after 30 years as a bank executive, where you really have to get people to trust you because you're gonna like touch their money, I thought I was really good at it. I mean, I really thought I was good at it. I wasn't. Because none of that, these perfect words, they mean nothing. They don't mean a single thing if people cannot say your name correctly. 45 years, every single day you're clapping because you have an interesting and beautiful name, don't you? Yes. Okay, so work with me. I thought, wow, we have a room full of people and my parents who named me. Awkward point, awkward point. And I like my name. Will you please honor me tonight by allowing me to teach you how to say my name correctly? Really? Oh, thank you so much. Okay, it's only 2 syllables. Not complicated. I know I clearly do not look like I'm from here, but don't try to make it fancy, no special accent. Mel, E. Rhymes with jelly, sounds like Kelly. If you're under the age of 10, it rhymes with other things, but we're not gonna go there, okay? So, can we try it? I was thinking that maybe I'd say, hello, beautiful people. And then you would say, hello, Mele, something like that. Can we do it? Okay, this is my dream. We all have dreams. My dream is that somebody gets my name right, okay? So here we go. Hello, beautiful people. Hi, Mele. Oh, that was so satisfying. Thank you for clapping for my name. In Hawaiian, Mele means passionate song. It means chant. And my favorite interpretation of the name Mele is anthem. Well played, Mom and Dad. I am all of those things. All of them. I am, and I admit it, took me a while, I'm a loving disruptor. Loving disruptor of the status quo. Because status quo usually means boring, and usually means that women didn't build it. This is when you clap. I'm gonna keep helping you because I think sometimes you might not know it's okay to cheer for yourselves or to cheer for other women, and my job is to make sure that you're not confused about that. Fair? Every story has a beginning. And mine starts in paradise.
Hey, where did we go? Days when the rains came. Down in the hollow. Playing a new game.
I grew up in Kaneohe, Hawaii. I grew up with salt in the air and on my lips, sand between my toes, sometimes a hibiscus behind my ear, but I wasn't really that kind of a girl. And most of the time, Spam musubi on my mind. The fact that you know this, game over. Ow! Spam. Don't sleep on, ladies, don't sleep on Spam. Teach them, seriously. You know, people love to tell me about their relaxing Hawaiian vacations, just all the rest they got, the sleep, just the lying out on the beach. And I let them have that because I'm loving and a disruptor, but I'm loving first. I let them have that. That was not at all what Hawaii was for me. I didn't go there for a vacation, although you should, it's beautiful. I lived there. And to me, Hawaii is joyful chaos. A home with 5 kids, the hardest working parents in the world. Hardest. Full commitment hugs. You know, the type you have to sign a waiver for? Like the all the way, you know, okay. Aunties, slippers, aloha. Hawaii taught me unfailing love. Grit on a whole nother level, where you didn't have to talk about it, you just showed up and you were about it. Hawaii taught me that cultures blending and coming together was the most beautiful thing in the world and sparked progress and growth and prosperity at a level that we alone could never touch. And it was good. Now, I'm going to laugh at this next slide when they get to it. See this one? She's a beast. Do not let the pigtails fool you. Little Mele was an animal. Do not get it twisted. Don't look at the little moo-moo and think to yourself, she dresses like that every day. Never just for that picture. I was a walking, talking juxtaposition. Oh yeah, as it should be. I was, probably still am, the type of little girl that would march up to the biggest, fastest, strongest kid on the playground, the ones that looked like they were already grown men and didn't really belong in 6th grade. I would step right up to them and challenge them. I had no idea what I was doing, but I just did it. And right before we would race, I'd say, hold on 1 second, and run back, fix my ponytail, braid everybody's hair that was out on the park. I would stretch, go for a 3-mile jog, get all the way ready to go, and then go home and spot clean my carpet. Because I was raised right. And then still try to beat him. You all know that person. That's me. Hawaii was a place where that type of global melting pot, coming from a legacy, from a family that was built on blended cultures and folks from all over the world that heard each other, that worked together, that never silenced a new idea or a different voice. That is how I was raised. And I took it with me wherever I went. Pretty good looking family. My kind of different. When I left for college, I had high hopes and aspirations. What I didn't expect was that so many of the people that I met didn't see the world the way that I did. Back in Hawaii, my curiosity, tenacity, never say no, never die, go hard every day, see who you can help along the way, that was not at all what I experienced. I made a lot of folks uncomfortable. I was extremely unpopular. Extremely. And I'm not embarrassed to say it. It lasted for a while, you know. I think that folks weren't familiar with what I brought to the table. And it was hard to process. But if you can imagine, it was even harder for me to process. That my existence alone made people uncomfortable. That I was unpopular. My favorite was when someone told me that I was an intolerable level of extra. I really want you to use that this week. You, my friend, are an intolerable level of extra. You're just too much. Like I said, though, I'm a loving person first before a disruptor, and I wanted people to feel good. Yes. I did. So I made a few adjustments. And one of the first things to go was my hair. Oh, wow. Thank you for that. Well, also thank you for that. But yes, and for many black women, hair is so much more than hair. Hair is power. Hair is poise. Hair is presence. Hair is protection. Hair is a burden, a stressor. Hair is identity, and it had to go. I stopped speaking up. I stopped hugging. That's good. I stopped connecting with other humans to make others comfortable, to get a job, to earn respect. I'm not gonna lie, it really sucked, but I got the job. Matter of fact, one of my first jobs was as a teller at a bank. I know, not a good fit for a disruptor. I 100% agree. But it sounded impressive, and I was broke. I needed the money. To this day, I realize it did not pay well, but you know, you do what you gotta do. Entering this industry seemed like a great idea. My parents taught me to be the change that I wanted to see in the world. My parents taught me to be a good citizen. My parents taught me to see a problem and never to complain about it, but to do something about it. Okay, so seriously though, the banking industry, sorry, Teresa. The banking industry has just a few problems, right? Just a few. So I had a lot of thoughts and a lot of solutions, and that was unpopular. I was also very unpopular for about 30 years. Teresa liked me, but she was like 1. I spent 2 decades trying to figure out why I couldn't find a mentor, why folks would isolate me for trying to solve problems that to me were real problems. And after decades of not being able to find a mentor and not being heard and fighting and struggling to do the right thing in an industry where the right thing was not popular, I didn't really know what to do with myself. One of the hardest things I ever heard, and I heard it like 10 different ways, was, Mele, you're in the room. Be grateful. Where to start? That was a very cynical laugh. I enjoyed that. Thank you. Just to be clear, I'm extremely grateful. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for all of you. I am grateful times a million. But what I know to be true is that gratitude does not get you respect.
Oh. Yes.
Do it again.
Yes.
Ow! Do it again. Gratitude does not get you respect.
Yes.
And, in case you're wondering what the follow-up was to that, having a seat at the table does not mean that you get to eat.
Yes. Yes.
30 years, never fed. And when you're sitting at a table and you don't have respect,
Yes.
and your voice isn't heard, and everybody in the room is focused on problems, but not solving the ones in your community,
Yes.
but you get to sit there and take it, being an unwilling token and knowing it was the worst feeling that I've ever had in my entire life. And I knew that not only would I not wish that on anyone, I would never do that or be that again. Now, go find a mentor, they told me. Go get another degree or another credential or win another national competition. Been there, done that multiple times. Never enough. Never. So I stopped looking for others to support me. And I started stepping up and using my time in different ways. If there was a gap, I'd jump into that gap and I'd fill it. When everyone in the company was running away from the difficult deals or the hairy transactions, I raised my hand up high because I thought, you know what? Might be a little lonely, but I'll learn a thing or two. Credit, analytics, new infrastructure, the most mind-boggling and unsexy things that you could ever do in banking, I did them, and I welcomed them with gratitude. Credit is sexy. But those were the things that motivated me. And then without even realizing it, I became the mentor that I wished that I'd had. I started making things look fun. I started building and growing and developing systems that people didn't know could change the landscape. And that's when I started to get just a little bit popular. And I liked it. I liked popular. So, why am I here? Why now?
Left a good job down in the city.
You know.
Working for the man every night and day. And I never lost 1 minute of sleep.
I'm gonna say this a couple times.
The way that things might.
I'm here because I quit. I quit. I quit. I quit the industry, I quit the leaders, and I quit the departments that didn't see me,
Ow!
that did not believe my community mattered, that didn't believe that I mattered. Imagine 30 years, every single day, building a system, working 10, 12 hours, and none of it made it to your household. How would you feel? You can say it. Shitty. It did. It did. I deserved better.
Yes.
We deserved better. I know I wasn't the only black woman in the country. There was at least a few others. I see all 4 of you in this room. I love you, Monique. Mwah. Tacoma has more, just so you know. We do. Lived here for 14 years, the whole neighborhood, right? Okay, all right. Just making sure you knew that, because, you know. I quit, and that's not where the story ends. That's part of the beginning. That is when I decided to build what we all deserve, and I quit waiting for someone to choose me. This is where you grasp your pearls. I chose me. I chose myself. And every other person that identified with what I was delivering to, working for, and speaking to. I was really sick of doing it alone. So what did I build? I'm so glad you asked. I built an organization that designs new and highly sexy infrastructure and financial systems for all of us to benefit from. And I prepare women of culture to tap into their unique genius and lead those systems. That's what I do. And in honor of so many incredible women to watch, those that were on stage today, and many of you that were not, I wanted to share my latest disruption with you, if that's okay. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Who Does She Think She Is? Audacious financial journeys with tremendous Black women. I'm Mele Miller, 30-year bank exec that you wish has always been your friend. Who does she think she is? We launched that today, and I'm just so proud and so excited of everybody that's been helping all along the way. So I want to reintroduce myself. I like colored blazers. I know you can see that by now. All right. Good evening, beautiful people. My name is Mele Miller. I started something. I am a financial equity strategist. I'm a CEO. I'm a founder. I'm an executive producer. I am a seer, builder, doer, and feeler. I'm very sensitive. And you're a loving disruptor. But all I need you to remember is how to say my name.